Hello, sweet friends, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Anna, and today's video, it's all about some more decluttering, organizing, cleaning, and just trying to get my house in order and just get things more simplified. I just kind of always trying to do that. And we're starting off in this video in a medicine cabinet in our kitchen. It's where we kind of get our vitamins and supplements, and we use the cabinet a lot. And I just wasn't loving, it was just kind of getting just a little disarray, I guess. It wasn't terrible, but I just wanted to revamp it. And I'm sure you guys can relate. There's just times where things just kind of start kind of feeling stale, and you just kind of want to spruce them back up and revive them a little bit. So that is what we are doing in my medicine cabinet. And then we will move to my middle child's room, my trouble room, the one I struggle with the most in regards to finding a system that he can use and that works for him, because I have redone his room a million times. So we are resetting it yet again. I am weeding out a couple of things and putting them away in his closet. It's not a major declutter of getting things to donations, which that needs to happen again too, but it's just kind of a process right now. And then I am going to be doing that. And then that's the main bulk of today's video, is just decluttering in the kitchen, decluttering in my middle child's room. And then I'm also going to be working in a future video in my daughter's room. She's wanting to do some decluttering and reorganizing. So it's spring cleaning, decluttering, and organizing over here on my channel. So if you are needing that motivation today, hit that like button and let's go ahead and jump on in. This medicine cabinet is one of those spaces where I have finally kind of gotten it how I like it, but it's one that you still have to maintain. So there are spaces in your home that, at least for me, I feel like I have gotten them kind of how I want them, but I do have to go through periodically and just kind of reorganize, make sure everything's being used that's in that space. And if it's not, make sure I'm getting rid of it or moving it to somewhere else. Maybe it's in the wrong spot. But I had a couple years back switched my medicine medicine cabinet. It was on the left side of the stove and my spices were over here, but it didn't make sense because I had way more spices and cooking things than I did supplements and vitamins and medicine. So I swapped that a few years ago, I feel like now. Maybe it was a year or two ago. And this is working so good. So this is just an example of a space. You may have an order, but sometimes you need to go through yearly, bi-yearly, and just kind of maintain it, refresh it, get it reorganized, get everything back on the shelf it belongs, or make any tweaks that might need to be made. And then, you're good. So not everything has to be a complete rehaul where you're completely redoing a whole space. It could just simply be a little revamping of a space that you like, but it's just gotten out of order. On the fence with these because they don't all close or have a latch. But this is what I think I'm getting rid of. I mean, all of this I'm getting rid of. I'm on the fence with this and this vitamin. I'm not sure. It's not expired. Anyways, all of this is going in the trash. I cleared up this. I've been kind of having the vitamins here, which I still may pull them out in the mornings and then put them up here. But this is much better. So I always put most used, backstock, or, next level, and then other backstock or things not used as much. So these are like mainly the kids' everyday vitamins, but as well as my husband and I's. I love this because we are using this right now in the flu season every morning. So this keeps it together. They're little nose sprays, and these, if you have not tried these out, this is amazing. So we stay stocked on that. And I've got each of them have their own, just in case someone decides to get a little generous and put it all the way in their mouth. I just learned to get them each their own and put their initial on there. Multivitamin, they're gummy. And then I just put a couple of medicine dispensers. That's probably even more than enough because I've got more elsewhere too. We've got tons of those. So you get them with every new allergy medicine or anything you get. So I love that I can just pull that out. Put that right there. I love these risers. And then these are our everyday omegas, immunity, probiotic, little drops. We've got some zinc back here, and then next level hair vitamins, D, B vitamins, some liquid elderberry, and then stuff in the back. This wellness vitamin is taking quite a bit, but it's so big I put it all the way in the back. Zinc, and then some omegas for my husband. And then this is extras of things. And then this is if, we don't use this more on a regular basis. This is extra. This is mainly pain meds, like common pain meds or common meds that we might need. But like I fill this with this big one, I leave the big one back here, and then little headache medicine and stuff. They have, a boo-boo. So that's there, and that fits nicely. We'll just pull that out if we need some pain meds. And then this is just, you know, allergy or if they get sick. But obviously, hopefully, prayerfully, not getting sick. So that stuff is up top. Kind of some of the stuff we use. So, and I've talked before, if you have like dosage things, if you've got younger kids like I do, I have one upstairs in our medicine cabinet, but a dosage, you know, calculation for different ages, stages, weights, all of that. This would be a good spot for it. But like I said, I did mine upstairs. And that is one more space decluttered. All right, I am taking y'all along for my morning. Fun thing about living in Arkansas, Dixie Alley, where we live is kind of, we're neighbors with Oklahoma. So we are in Tornado Alley pretty much. So when spring comes around and this season, it's always fun. I drop the kids off at school, then you start getting warnings that are coming your way, so you start trying to prepare for that. So I'm preparing for that, then I'm going to drop another kid off at his program and coming back, and so I've got to make sure everything is down that could be blown away. We're in the process of building a playhouse, praying that most of that doesn't blow away, but I'm gonna go take down the net. I don't have time. Our net we have screwed into the ground. There's one that has popped up because of our the lawnmower, but I'm gonna pull the net down. That's really all I can do by myself without my husband here. And then I'm gonna pull, you know, pillows, any loose stuff. We've got all the kids' equipment up under our patio. So I just thought I'd take you guys along for that. And then when we get back from dropping my youngest off, then I'll start the housework. But this is kind of part of what comes along with being a stay-at-home mom and a homemaker and stuff, is sometimes you gotta batten down the hatches by yourself. So here we go. It's not too bad yet. So I'm trying to get out here before it gets bad. It's heading our way pretty quick. So here goes. Got the net and the poles down. Just, you kind of try to get things down on the ground where they won't get, you know, get wind up under them. But there's just some things, I don't know if y'all saw that lightning. There's just some things you can't do much more about. We can't move all those boards. I'm not gonna be able to move all those boards right now. Some of them are light. So if they blow away, like my husband said, if those are blowing away, we've got bigger problems. So here's all my kids' equipment. Looks like a little car lot up here, little kids' car lot. All right, that's all I can do for now. Say some prayers, and we always pray for protection during this time because spring can get a little dicey here. And this is some of the carnage I'm coming into inside. It looks like we've had a small tornado inside. Got my big balloons here. My birthday was Sunday, so my family got me some balloons. I turned 24. It was my 24th birthday again. Just little stuff everywhere. But anyways, gotta head off to get a little bit to his class, make sure he's gonna be safe. And it's just another day, and it's around springtime in Arkansas. Don't you just love the sound of a good rainstorm? As long as there's no severe weather, I absolutely love a good thunderstorm in the spring or summer. Leave me like a thunderstorm emoji below if you are the same way and you just love like a good rain, a good thunderstorm, no bad weather, no tornadoes or wind or hail, but just a good, nice thunderstorm, a good wetting of the soil and just the rain coming down. I just don't think there's anything better. Also, I apologize. I don't know what I have done. I'm still getting used to this new camera and it keeps going a little bit blurry here in and out as I'm kind of moving around. I apologize for that. I'm going to work to get that fixed and see if I can figure that out. There's a learning curve as you learn a new piece of equipment, so bear with me, but I do apologize for that. I'm not sure. I must have touched a button that I didn't know I did, and that started happening, so just bear with me. So we are moving into my kitchen now, and I'm going to share with you the technique I was using and the approach I was taking to tackle this. On this day, my goal was to clear the flat surfaces. I was not cleaning, I was not majorly organizing or anything. I was just merely trying to clear the surfaces. So I brought a basket in. I was putting a basket there and putting things in it that needed to maybe go upstairs or to a different room, needed to go elsewhere. So instead of running back and forth to different rooms, I was just throwing it in that basket, clearing all the surfaces, anything that went in the trash, loading the sink full of dishes. I was not washing the dishes or doing any of that. I was not even wiping down the surfaces. I was merely attacking the flat surfaces and clearing them. So if you don't have a lot of time or just do not have a lot of energy or bandwidth to do much else, just clear your flat surfaces. I'm telling you, that does amazing things for your mental state and just making a room feel better. It's not spotless, it's not deep cleaned, but the spaces are cleared. It is amazing the clutter on flat surfaces that collects. Clutter attracts clutter. The clutter collects and it just really clouds up your mind, and it makes me edgy. I don't know what it is, but I just feel, I don't know if it's a control, like you just feel like your house is out of control or what it is, but I am telling you, it makes a difference. So on some days, if all you can do is clear surfaces, even if the flat surface is the floor, clear flat surfaces. That is a huge, huge help, especially to your mental state and especially if you're on a time crunch. Notice I have not cleaned, but I have cleared the flat surfaces to my standards for now. Move things to the sink. They're not cleaned. I've got the dishwasher running. Need to do those. Need to wipe the counters, but that was not what I was working on right now. This just feels so much better. Even though it may not be clean yet, it's tidy. And then I didn't mess with that. I've got some stuff over there. This is good enough. We really need to go through here. This is working well, but you do have to go through it periodically and clear it out. Okay. I'm leaving this room. I'm moving to the next room, and I'm trying to kind of do this in like 10 minutes or less. Turn my lights off. So in here, I've got pillows that I'm getting ready to get rid of, but I've got toys everywhere. And a lot of these toys need to go upstairs. So I'm leaving the laundry for now. I'm gonna come back to that later. My goal in here is to put all the toys that go upstairs in a basket. I've got baskets over here and I've got a basket over here, and all of that stuff needs to go upstairs. So that is what I'm gonna work on now. That took me less than 5 minutes. That was just all the toys that needed to go upstairs. There's tidying that needs to happen in there. I'm not doing it. My goal now is to go up. So we're gonna take these baskets and things on the stairs upward and move on to the bedrooms. I emptied that basket and then I just have another one. So I have 4 of these baskets. One of them is each for my kids, and then Alice has a different one. So that's their laundry hamper. And then the other ones are for things going up and down. I always keep one basket at the top of the stairs for things that need to go downstairs, and a basket downstairs for things that need to come up. And I just got those baskets at the Dollar Tree, but I just love them. Use them for hampers, use them for, you know, and if it might probably be even better to have different style baskets, but I just got 4 at the Dollar Tree. So I just know white is Maddie's, gray is Gabriel's, and the other 2 are extra for whatever, up or down. And that really works. If you don't want to take stuff up or you're not going upstairs, drop it in the basket. Same thing with downstairs, and then take it when you go down. Or anybody is allowed to take it, or you can let it get full if it's not important things. And once it gets full, take it up or take it down. So we're upstairs now. I'm trying to kind of lead you guys through my thought process as I'm just trying to kind of bounce around and not spend too much time in any one area, because my big focus today is once again my middle child's room. It's just, we'll get a system in place, and I do make my kids clean their rooms, but then he gets overwhelmed, and then I am just constantly having to tweak it. It's a whole thing. And, you know, I've gotten a lot of tips, and, you know, don't clean up your kids' toys. I don't clean up my kids' toys, but sometimes they get to a place of such overwhelm. You know, when you get to a place where you just almost want to shut down, that's where he gets sometimes. And that's when I know I need to come in and kind of try to simplify again. Things trickle back out. We live in this house. We're not perfect. And he'll pull things out, and something will come out of the closet and something else needs to go in, and that doesn't always happen. It's not a perfect world. We will continue to work on it, but I'm also going to give grace, and I want to help him. So I'm going to continue to try to figure this system out until we nail it, and we will nail it. But his room is the one I really want to focus on. I do want to make my bed. I'm going to attempt to change sheets. I've kind of got the whole thing. I picked up downstairs a little bit just where it felt better. Some of these things I know I will not get on here, but I'm continuing to write them because I don't want to forget that I do want to do them at some point. But I would like to clean up his room, change his sheets, and hopefully vacuum. If I don't get to the other kids' rooms, I would at least like to get to sheets. But anyways, I'm just trying to kind of walk you guys through what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and just kind of give you a brief overview as I'm trying to kind of touch every room, even just a little bit, and put things where they go. Laundry is a big issue. I have a whole pile of laundry sitting right over here. If you've been around my channel at all for any time, really, you've seen me with this pile here. This isn't unusual. And then the pile down on the sofa, that's a little unusual. I usually pile it up here. So I have some downstairs, some upstairs. May get to it, may not, but it is what it is. I have set kind of my top 3 priorities, and that was to tidy downstairs, keep the laundry going, do my son's room. So if anything else is bonus. I encourage you guys to do that too. Every day I make a huge list. This has more than 3 things on it, but in my mind, I know my top 3. I'm gonna star my top 3. Clear flat surfaces in the kitchen, check. Pick up downstairs, and then, you know, it goes on from there. But anyways, I make a list. It doesn't have to go in any specific order, and it doesn't have to all get done. But it's always good for me. I'm a list person. Usually it's pen and paper. That's the best for me. And a lot of times I'll do a running list in my agenda planner as well. And then sometimes I pull that off here and carry this around with me. I do it a bunch of different ways, but for me, lists are key. List, timers, setting a mood, whether it be with music, candle. I've got a candle burning downstairs, just kind of making it feel fresh and clean. It kind of motivates me to keep it fresh and clean or get it fresh and clean. Just trying to throw out all the tips at you. My room is a cluttered mess. This is the state of my desk. I don't know really the solution for this one quite yet. I've got a Cricut now. It's gonna take up my whole desk, so I'm gonna have to figure out that. Everything is a work in progress, so you will never arrive. Perfection is not the goal because you will never attain it. So give yourself grace, not perfection. Do the best you can. And always continue to try to assess your things. I am constantly decluttering. I just took a ton of stuff to the Growing Kids sale, decluttering kids stuff. I'm getting ready to declutter my nightstand. The work is never done in the home. I am constantly decluttering and simplifying as best I can to get where I feel better. And I feel better every day that I am doing something to get my house a little more simplified. Very hard to simplify with kids. It can be done, but again, there's no perfection. Simplifying for you and your kids may be different than me and my kids, and just trying to do a little bit every day that helps you and your family simplify. You know your mental state. For me, I know my threshold of what I can handle and what sends me into cuckoo town. So I share this with you guys to encourage you to find what works for you. Not everything I do will work for you. Maybe none of it will work for you, but maybe I'm motivating you to find what works for you. Or maybe everything I do you really like and it helps you a lot. My goal is to motivate you, encourage you that you've got this, you can do this, and to just find your sweet spot, find your systems. All right, it has looked much worse in here before. It's also looked much, much better. So I'm gonna quickly try to tackle this, and then I think I'm gonna call it good for now. That's made. On to the fun stuff. I'm gonna start throwing things just like in the general direction they go. I'm like sweating. I see art supplies everywhere, so I'm just gonna kind of gather them up and put them towards the bin they go in, and then go from there. I'm just gonna start throwing hangers over by here, just throwing things kind of in the direction they go, knowing I'm further gonna go through them. Trash.
I don't wanna waste my time, so baby we should start living now.
Y'all, this is overwhelming. There's just so much. I know it doesn't look like a lot, but it's just a lot of random things that you're like, where do I put this?
It's like we're running in circles, going around every day, getting stuck in the further away from the fray. Let's not get stuck in our worries. We'll make our own way. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air. Look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together. It will all seem better outside. Just us in the sky. Part of this circus, is it innate? Feels like a heavy burden, but I can't relate. Do our actions even matter, or is this our fate? At least now I'm feeling better. I know I'm here to stay. Won't you come outside where the sunflowers bloom? Breathe in the air. Look up to the moon. I'll meet you outside, away from the crowd. Just you and me together. It will all seem better outside. Just us in the sky.
I know to many this seems just crazy that I keep doing this, but I don't know, I have places I struggle. I'm really good at organizing and decluttering in a lot of spaces, and then there's some that it's hard. When it's not your things, it's just a little bit harder with your kids, because you don't ever want to throw away something that they want or that they truly play with that you didn't realize or something. And that's just always, I just don't want to do that. So this is a struggle for me, especially with him, just because he wants to hold on to everything. My daughter, she's very easy to let go of quite a few things. Now she's getting to where she has a lot of doodahs too and doesn't want to let go of some things, but we're getting ready to go through her room and it will be interesting to see what she will let go of. But I'm trying to teach them the process of decluttering and always, cycling things out. If it's not getting used, you thought you'd play with it and you're not, or whatever the reason may be, there's always someone out there who may want it or may need it or may have nothing and need something. So I'm trying to constantly teach my kids that with this decluttering process. It just sometimes takes several cycles to get it. And my son's is just taking several cycles. So I will say the sheer joy, excitement, and gratitude that I got when he came home, he didn't know I was doing this. And he came home and he ran downstairs and gave me the biggest hug and said, "Thank you, Mama." He was so excited and just felt so good in his room. Now, granted, it's gone back and it's become a mess again. He's gotten overwhelmed again. We've had to clean it. And now he's asking me to reorganize it again. It is a vicious cycle in here. So just don't come at me. Know that we are working on it. And everyone has their places that are a little bit harder. You know, it's easy to, sometimes I know we get people, you know, on the internet, keyboard warriors that come in here and just get rid of their stuff, or, you know, downsize, It's just so easy. Well, sorry, this is a little bit of a struggle. This is my Achilles heel. I struggle in this room, but that's okay. I am getting some progress each time, and it will get better and better. I'm not giving up, and it's just taking me longer to get where I want this to be. But it's also not just my things. It's my son's things. So you got to be a little more delicate in that situation. And again, this is not all toys that we have bought him. That is not us giving him so many things he didn't know what to do with. These are toys that have been given as gifts, accumulated over time. Some of the stuff he's had since he was a baby. It's an accumulation of gifts and things over time. It's not just us going and buying him way too much stuff. We do not do that. We try to be very thoughtful and mindful of what we're buying and what's coming in and what's coming out. You know me. I am constantly decluttering. So anyways, just a little rant to say, if you've got an area like this, you're not alone. And there are some places that are just more of a process than others. Don't give up. Keep plugging away. Progress. Eventually, you will get there. You will find that sweet spot for that space that you struggle with. So do not give up. I'm not giving up. You don't give up either. But we're going to continue to plug along in this room, and then I'll show you the afters here shortly. Getting ready to change his clock, but realize we spring forward this weekend, and that'll be right. Almost. Took away 2 bins and put them in the closet. Changed the sheets. And I just put away 2 of those bins and emptied a couple of things. So those 4 are pretty full, plus we've got Legos. So there's still a potential to be a huge mess, but that's the stuff he plays with. I put all of his extra stuffed animals in this little stuffed animal thing. I just absolutely love this because he did not have the space, and it just hangs up there. I had the other 2, but it seems to hang better with just 2 of them versus 4. But he doesn't have space for like one of those bean bags like my other 2 have, unless we were to get rid of this. But honest to goodness, I love this. I mean, those things are stuffed full. These are some big. And he's got a whole nother one up here. He loves this too. So you can pull out the ones he wants to play with or sleep with and put the rest away. I love, love, love that so much. It's hidden, out of sight, not cluttering up the room. You know how stuffed animals can be. And then this is just a fan. We use these in the spring and the fall when you don't really need to throw your air conditioner on yet, but it can bring out the nice air from outside, air out your rooms. We've got 2 of them. We need to get 2 more, in case you were wondering. I hope you're leaving today with motivation to tackle a space in your home, and thank you so much for watching. If you liked today's video, don't forget to like it and share it with a friend. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'd love to have you in our community. And if you are in need of a spring cleaning checklist, I have those printables as well as a 30-day decluttering challenge in my description box below. So head down there and check that out. And until next week, friends, take care. So I said I was gonna do my other 2 rooms, at least change their sheets and stuff, and vacuum possibly. No, this is what they look like, and I'm not gonna do this in every room. Like I said, my middle child's the one who struggles the most. I'm probably gonna switch sheets right before I put Dallas to bed tonight. His room isn't too terribly bad, nor is Maddie's, but I'm tired. So I am going to do something else, clean up my cleaning supplies, and probably move on to some computer work.